This just in. Toy Story has a birthday today and officially joins the 27 Club with a shotgun to the head. Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Here's Your Apology. I'm your host, Nate, and with me, as always, is producer Levi Garcia, the one, the only, beautiful, beautiful man. How you doing, Levi?
I know that it's like not PC to say Heil Hitler.
Okay,
I know
this
that
should get us some views. First 30 seconds.
I know that that's not PC, right? But like when I watch Sound of Music and and they go and everybody like ends or starts a conversation with Heil Hitler.
Yeah.
Heil Hitler. Oh, good afternoon, Herr Zeller.
Heil Hitler.
Who are you?
And it feels like I wish there was something like that like after you say like, hey, how's it going? I could just be like,
Heil Hitler.
Something like it just like flows off the tongue, you know?
Yeah, Heil Hitler. I mean, it doesn't. Yeah, it does.
Like even if it was like, praise the Lord. Anyway, you know, like it's like we're talking, and I'm like, all right, well, I'll see you later. Praise the Lord.
We could just say that.
Yeah, but it doesn't have the same, you know, like something about the double H makes it like, ha, ha.
Yeah.
Like it. We need something like that.
Yeah, we need something like it's like camaraderie. Like there's a camaraderie.
But it's like anybody can use it, right? Like not just like the other one. Like the whole Heil Hitler thing was just for one group. I'm talking about something that's inclusive to everybody.
Yeah, but
it's like we say it at the end of conversations as we wave, you know, like hey, haha, you know.
Yeah, we got to come up with a greeting, a Heil
like
Hitler greeting.
Yeah, something that can be like universal. It's like a ha, like okay. Oh, like in Sound of Music, I feel like they say it at the beginning before they start talking. They're like, "Oh, here we're coming together." Hi, right? And then as they're about to leave, and thank you. All right, see ya. Hi.
Yeah. What could we say? It had
smile tickler.
Yes. Smile.
Maybe
tickler.
we spread our fingers. No, that's already something. Smile tickler. Smile. Maybe you do jazz fingers like this. Smile tickler.
No, because you're gonna get arrested. You do that shit.
Yeah.
Especially in like a school zone or something. You can't yell smile
tickler.
Smile tickler.
I think we need one of the youths to come up with it. They're the best at coming up with new words that everyone adopts. You know.
We're too old to come up with the branding.
I'll adopt it. Like as soon as someone comes up with it, as soon as I hear it, I'm like, I know that's the new Heil Hitler, but like in a positive sense, like in a not negative way. Because you know they had fun like clicking their boots together and waving to each other.
Right.
Like that's
like during the Godstone Wizard of Oz.
Like that's fun. They're like click click. Hey, you know.
Yeah, they had their own like club thing.
Like we need
like
something
Little Rascals
like that everybody can use, and it can just be like a cultural like American thing.
Okay, so Heil is like a like a royalty thing, right? Like you wouldn't say
it's like hail, right? Heil,
like hail
means hail, like your worst
respect,
like, hail
something.
Yeah,
so
but they ruined it, so you can't use that word.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, you can't say hail.
Yeah, so it's got to be something like that.
So it's got to be like a worship. What's another? We're
not gonna be the ones to do this. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
We're not. I can't even honestly, I can't even get halfway there in my head.
Yeah, I can't either. I can't either. But anyway, Heil Hitler.
Somebody somebody come up with something. Then we can all just be friends and unite, you know? That's how we bring America together.
Come up with a Heil Hitler?
Come up with an American Heil Hitler that everybody can say. And then we'll just be like, you know, even when you're arguing with somebody, it'll be like, all right, well, this was a good discussion. See ya. You know, like you both
fuck you back.
Yeah.
I'm out of here. Too.
Okay.
Heil Hitler.
Well, God bless.
Leave.
Well, God bless. God bless you.
Yeah, God bless you back.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Something like
That's
that.
what we need.
A unifying message. If Biden
I will
was a
say
unifying president, that's what he would do.
Yeah, I will say that's the one thing that Hitler did well was unify his troops.
Oh, his marketing was incredible. His marketing was absolutely top-notch, top-tier. Like, there's no other marketing campaign in the entire history of the world that was...
Like, who else would have thought of the concept of getting family friends to write letters to other Jewish families to get them to move? Like, that's a genius marketing right there. Like, all right, write a letter.
Yeah.
Tell them how much fun you're having.
Yeah.
Tell them how great this camp is, and then get them. like how convincing would those letters have to be to get you to pick up and move?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, you gotta, like, that's the problem, and like this is part of the problem is that Hitler was playing on the whole like promised land thing that the Jews like constantly are like. There's a little part in their heart that's like, he's like, tell them that you found the promised land.
Yeah.
And they can't help themselves but like, go.
Yeah.
I'm picking it all up and I'm going to this place that my Jewish brother told me was the promised land.
Yeah.
I don't know how we got here.
Spoiler alert, wasn't the promised land though.
Yeah.
Still genius marketing because they had the worst product ever. Like, if he was the CEO of Coca-Cola, there would be no Pepsi.
I can't think of a single letter that somebody could write me today that would convince me to move anywhere.
I mean, I don't think it would be very hard. I would just need them to be like, hey, you don't need any money and
like,
you can move
people
anywhere.
are walking around topless here. You're like, honey, there's a business opportunity.
There's a lucrative opportunity
that I think that we as a family need to go
capitalize on. This place is flowing with milk and honey. You just got to get on a train. The ticket's it's in the mail. That's how you know this place is real. I don't think it would be very hard to convince me. It'd be like, yeah, no, guns are. You would have to just tell them whatever.
As soon as I saw the train situation, I'd be like, I'm good here.
Like, yeah, once I showed up at the train station and everybody there was like
standing room only.
Yeah, standing room only, 6-foot white males, all kind of conservative leaning dudes. I'm not. I think I would. That's where I would take a second.
Yeah, like so someone writes you a letter and tells you about this place that's amazing.
Yeah,
you can be rich. Everything's provided for you. You know, free lunch, free breakfast.
I love.
You got to cover your own dinner, but you got a wife for that.
It's fair. Yeah.
So, okay, they send the train to pick you up, and it's everybody crowds into one car, standing room only, but you're shoulder to shoulder like this.
Yeah.
Do you change your mind? Or do you continue?
I take back everything that I said because I changed my mind. Who writes a fucking letter?
Yeah. Well, even if it was an email.
If my cousin...
It couldn't be anything.
I need a phone call.
I need a FaceTime.
Yeah.
Show me some pictures. I need a pamphlet.
Send me some shit.
Yeah, give me like a pamphlet with like the amenities, the Zillow, you know?
Yeah.
Where am I going to live? Like, what's my room look like? Then maybe I'll pick up and I'll head over to, what's the place called? Auschwitz? No.
Auschwitz, Florida?
Auschwitz, yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
wait. Why
Auschwitz,
is it
California?
Why is it called Auschwitz 2.0?
Yeah. What is it?
What's
is this a startup? New startup. Either way, I'm in. Here's the thing: like when we do start our little greeting and our salutation, we're gonna sound like we're a part of a cult, especially when it gets medium big.
But that's why it's for everybody. Anybody can use it.
True.
Hello, shalom, whatever it is.
Shalom.
Yeah. Speaking of cults,
Assalamu alaikum.
I got into a conversation. I don't know. Maybe it's a battle. It does feel more like an argument, but I found a cult on TikTok that they don't say they're a cult, but this is them.
So apparently Kanye's team filed trademark applications for him to start a self-sustaining mini community called the Ecosystem.
Pause. Ecosystems.
The ecosystem.
It's yay. Kanye. It's yay. So many freaking paparazzi and reporters say ye, and it's like, huh? How'd you even get that? It's like the same people who call me Levi instead of Levi. Huh?
Who the fuck says Levy?
Oh, I will say probably 75% of the people who say my name.
Damn. Same people who say ye?
Yes. All right, let's keep watching.
And his plan for his universe is to create a self-sustained enterprise that would have its own branded homes and retail stores that sell Ecosystem branded food items and beverages. Apparently, he wants to establish these mini communities across the country. The source from the Rolling Stone said he's trying to do shit that people couldn't even conceive of, and he's trying to make it happen. But that's not true, is it? Because founders of Saba Cooperative have been exploring how to conceive of this for a decade. We've built communities from ground up, organizing not only land, structures, and economic pursuits, but also community dynamics, social structuring, and dispute resolution. We have an established DAO process for decentralization of power to ensure fairness and prevent corruption, while our bylaws hold everyone accountable to our values of ecological responsibility and non-aggression. And while I'm sure many people will be intrigued at the idea of joining a community filled with Yeezy merch controlled by Kanye, don't let them trick you into thinking that's the only option, because it's not.
So I commented on this video.
Okay.
And I called them a cult as a joke. It was a joke, but also kind of serious. It was both. It was a joke and serious.
Well,
because it is a cult. Okay. So after I saw that TikTok, because obviously I watched the whole thing, I said, your cult needs a new logo. Tribal Sun is a little cringe.
it is very cringe.
Really, the joke was it's a cult, right?
Right.
Even though, and at this point it was a joke that it was a cult. And then
But I also think it's hilarious that it's a cult that needs better branding, like an updated marketing campaign.
Exactly. So like at this point it was a joke. I was like, okay. But the part that was honest was like the logo is hideous. Like the font sucks. Yeah. And the actual imagery sucks. Yeah. Right. And she responded, cult. ... What's the ...
Ellipses?
Ellipses. No, that's not right.
Yeah.
Colon. Yeah. Cult.
Okay. Well, you said ...
Colon. Blind submission to a leader and shared religion. Neither describes our Tao. You don't know the words you use. Why trust your opinion on our logo? And then she said, prove you're qualified to redesign it, and our Tao will vote on whether you can. I'm open to whatever. So then she took it seriously for a sec.
All right, we'll work out a contract. Maybe we send you some
At
carrots.
first she got defensive because I made the joke about the cult, right?
Right.
Like, we're not a cult, you know? And then she said, well, if you got a better idea for the logo, I'm willing to listen. And I said, I responded before I saw that second part, right? So I just responded to her defensiveness.
Yeah.
I said, well, also then that's when I go and look on their page and I see another video and it's talking about spirituality, individual out. Let's watch it real quick.
Yeah.
you're interested in joining the revolution and creating a minimum viable lifestyle based on your unique creative purpose and spiritual desire, then go ahead and do the thing on the thing. We're creating these pop-up solar punk homesteads using minimum viable technologies to immediately get people together who are of like minds so that we can actually radically change the governance and currency systems that surround our world and sort of speed up the technological singularity where robots will take care of everything and humans will need to seek within to find any meaning and purpose because labor will go away. So that sort of thing. If you're interested, go ahead and do the thing.
So I go on their page and I see that, and I'm like, okay, this makes me think it's a cult even more.
Yeah.
You gotta, like, we're a bunch of like-minded people trying to revolutionize the way we live as a society, and we have our own governance system,
Currency.
and, like, ideology, right?
Right.
So I responded to this lady, your lifestyle is an ideology. Same, but different, right? Cult, same. It's like cult light.
Yeah.
But your lifestyle's an ideology. You need to be believing that we need to set up society in a way that humans can like find meaning within versus like labor being meaningful to people. Like once nobody has to work, then we're really gonna find the meaning of life, right? That's like their whole like thing, and then they want people that are like-minded, which that's a freaking cult, you know?
Right.
But
So other white hippies?
I'll give you cult light. You know? It's a cult light. And that's why I said same, but different. I'm just saying, if you want your message to spread, make it sexy like Kanye. That font is rough. That's what I said. And she corrects me and says, again, co-op. So they're a co-op. They're not a cult.
It's not a cult!
Yeah. And said, if you care so much, come join the effort. And it's not same. Decentralized power bylaws that prevent corruption. Different.
Okay, I'm in. Where do I go?
Your laws prevent corruption. Unlike the laws that are meant to prevent corruption in the United States that constantly have corruption. Oh, you figured it out in your little homestead? Oh, cool. And then that's where it ended. And it looks like you got in on this.
Did you not read that?
No.
No.
This is the first.
I don't even know what I wrote, to be honest.
You said, couple questions. Can I bring my guns? Have you thought of asking Adidas about a brand deal? I think they have a recent sponsorship slot open up.
They do.
They're hating all on Kanye's vision. But that's the thing, like, no one wants to move into your homestead. Look at the clips you posted on it. It looks like you're just going to be a farmer. Kanye's looks like you're living in a dome underground.
Right.
Like, make it sexy. If you're going to start a cult and complain that Kanye's cult is ignoring your cult, it's because you're not as good at design. I mean, the logo, first of all, that's the thing.
Be a better cult.
The logo is so bad. Like, you need to have a symbol that somebody doesn't mind getting tattooed on themselves. Not if they join in 2020 someone and then tattoo themselves, then someone will think it's like an icon from like the late 90s, like something
like the cover of Sublime.
Yeah,
that's what you can't steal someone else's logo.
It's trashy.
That'd be like
and you use like capital Comic Sans for the font.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah. That's like writing an email in Wingding.
Like, you're going to complain about Kanye West competing with you, but it feels like you're not even trying, you know? Like, who do you think you're going to attract with that kind of logo and image?
I know what's happening here. There's a couple layers to this. The first layer is this really gives me the vibe of a bunch of white people who want gun laws and didn't get them in their city, so they like broke off and they're like, we're gonna have a community with laws that actually save people's lives. So number one, no death. Number two, that's law number one. Law number two is no guns. We're not gonna have guns. Number three is no rape. You can't rape people.
Well, that's the thing. It's like the whole, like, we're going to make our own utopia, rule it the way we want, blah, 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 until it doesn't work. That's the thing. Like, she can be all like, our bylaws prevent discrimination and corruption and blah, 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 until It doesn't.
Yeah.
Because you can't protect against people who suck.
Exactly,
Like,
dude.
you just can. There's nothing you can write. That's like putting a
Exactly.
gun-free zone sign on a place, thinking that that's gonna stop somebody from coming in with a gun, because the laws don't stop people who suck.
Yeah. And that's the layer number 2, right? Which is this is just midsummer waiting to happen, right? Mm-hmm. Like, there's some dude gonna come out with a mallet and smash one of your fucking heads.
Yes, and since
like, none of nobody else has a mallet,
they're like,
you're all fucked.
This is just how we do it here, and we're all okay with it.
Yeah.
And then
we've all had to compromise,
and it is a cult at that point. Like, especially if it's
even a little before,
especially if it's like you want people with like minds. That's the part that's like telling: spirituality and like minds.
Here's the thing: you're not in a self-sustaining anything. You're making fucking TikToks and uploading shit to the internet. There's no like river windmill that's generating your electricity.
They obviously want something that is as big as what they know Kanye West can build, and they compare themselves as like the first. Like, we started this. We should be the biggest cult, or whatever these communities are going to be called in the future. We should be the biggest one, not Kanye. His is only famous because he's famous and like has money. Like, they use all this like commercialism got him to where he, like that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Devalues his.
Yeah. He's only famous because he's wealthy and talented and brilliant and comes up with amazing ideas for many, many products, and he has his hands in all sorts of. But other than that,
but we thought of this first.
We kind of did this first, minus everything cool about his idea.
Yeah, exactly. Like, guess what? You get to spend your days doing picking weeds.
Yeah. You get a weed all day.
Like, I imagine in Kanye West land,
you smoke weed all day.
Yeah, and the food just is available.
And delicious.
You don't know where it came from.
Yeah.
I'm
not eating carrots with dirt still on them.
Like, yeah.
In Kanye's world, I'm not doing that. Like, I don't have to do that. And like, I'm probably going to have a bottled water. And you know what? It's not going to just be bottled. It's going to be glass bottles.
Mm-hmm.
You know what?
Because we reuse those things.
Yeah. What is the name of this cult?
This one is Saba Cooperative. Saba.
Mid-Saba? Yeah, dude, that's a 1990s skateboard company or something. That Saba and that sun is a belly button tattoo from 1994.
Yeah, it's a tramp stamp that somebody regrets.
This is something that a unique magician says before he reveals a trick.
Saba.
Right?
Yeah. And, again, the cult part was a joke. But the more I learned, the more that... and then I watched the video again.
Yeah.
And then I froze it on a certain frame. And look at what this frame says. It literally says...
Cult.
Creatives using land together. So you're like flirting with the idea of being
rebranding a cult.
like, oh, ha ha ha, we're a cult, ha ha ha. It's just like we're a cult, but then like putting like
we're not a cult,
making it a acronym with some new thing like we're supposed to act like it's not a cult. It's a cult, and you even joked about it. So don't get offended by my joke about it.
Here's the thing.
You got defensive because I joked about it.
That's right.
Yeah, we're a cult. We're a bunch of creatives using land together. Oh, our DAO makes it so that nobody ever gets hurt, ever.
Ever.
You think you can redesign our sun better than this? I'd like to, if you could show me that, maybe I'll ask the board members.
Yeah.
And we'll vote on it.
That's like, this is the exact thing. Like when you're a kid, when there's a child who is being bullied and everybody's saying they're gay, and they're like, I'm not gay. And then later on, they're like, I'm gay.
Yeah, actually, I was.
Yeah. And then be like, they flirt with the idea of like gay and they make it an acronym like good and tasty, or like good and yummy.
Yeah.
Gay. I'm gay. Ha ha, ha, I'm gay. But they're like, I'm not really. That's what they're doing. And then later on, years later, they're like, all right, I'm gay.
Exactly. Like
I am
once
gay.
they start like
I'm a homosexual.
Once they start like some sort of human sacrifice because of, whatever, like the ecosystem, they're going to be like, we're doing our part, one life a year. This is how serious we are about climate change,
Yeah.
Once it gets to that, then everyone looks back in hindsight and is like, oh, this whole like Rajneeshi thing was a cult.
Oh.
We thought it was just a community of people trying to like da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
Until they start like
Creatives using land together.
spreading salmonella to people just to like, affect the economy. You don't know? You never saw the Rajneeshi?
No.
Oh.
I thought I was following you. I was like, I think I know what he's talking about. And then you got to salmonella, and I was like, is this a fluoride thing?
And then in the future, they're going to be filing to be a religion like Scientology.
Yeah.
They're going to be like, we're not a cult. Fast forward 5 years, we're a religion.
We're a sect. We're a sect.
Yeah, we're tax-free now.
Yeah, that's our religion. I want to know what their system of governance is.
The Tao.
Yeah, I want to know what the Tao is.
Like, there's got to be some shady
That's
stuff
a
in there
cult
that
word.
you're like,
Yeah.
I got a what every first Tuesday of the month?
Yeah. We have to bring it in front of the triunity.
Like, our elected leader gets to look at your penis for 5 minutes every morning.
He won't touch it, but he will get close.
But it has to be soft. That's how he likes it. Like weird stuff. And that's what happens when you just get a bunch of morons who want to live in the woods writing a constitution.
Because the number of laws and ordinances and rituals that the Tao is going to make these people do is just going to continually grow until it's more extensive than our own government. It'll be like worse than any Middle Eastern government ever. It'll be like
yeah, exactly.
Extreme.
And that's the thing, like also like the US federal government couldn't just shut this down at any moment.
Well, remember
like,
what
there's
they did
gotta
to
be
David Koresh.
Who's that?
David Koresh in the Waco compound.
Oh, right.
They just burned that fucking building to the ground.
Yeah.
Kids and all. Why don't you guys get on it right here?
Yeah.
You saw what they said to Levi, U.S. government. Why don't you burn their houses down with their children inside?
Hang on, I want to read this real quick. Can I bring my guns? Have you thought about these? And then she laughed. She did this emoji.
Like, oh, you don't know.
Like, oh, you're funny. She thought it was funny.
Oh.
Yeah. Because you asked about the Adidas brand deal. So she laughed at that and goes, and then takes your question seriously, which I will say after.
Oh, she did. She answered.
Yeah. And after her initial defensiveness, she did start to take it seriously. Remember, she was like defensive, and then she was like, but if you have a good idea, she's trying to be like,
we're not a cult.
She's trying to be like what she thinks she is. I'm a good person. I listen to all people. I don't get aggressive. Yeah. Literally in that video there's a non-aggression policy. So like that's how she thinks of herself.
Okay.
Like I don't get aggressive. I'm not like all these assholes on TikTok, right? I don't hate comments.
I'm tolerant.
And then her snap reaction was defensive. And
fuck you, we're not cool.
Yeah. So now she's being extra like taking you seriously. So she did respond.
Okay.
She said, as far as guns, we incubate our self-governing, uniquely cultured spaces, so no guarantee you can always have it all communities. By presently, yes. What the? Oh my gosh. Did that make any sense to you?
This is what I got from this. We segregate everything. Everything's so you can go to your ethnic community. If you're with the whites, you can go there and they might have guns. But
Oh, really?
Yeah, but the Puerto Ricans don't do guns. They do machetes.
That's how you understood that?
That's what it sounded like.
I could not understand.
Let me read it out loud to you and you listen.
I'm going to read it out loud one more time because I did not get that. Like that was like a bunch of words that didn't make sense together to me. Okay. As far as guns, we incubate self-governing, uniquely cultured spaces, so no guarantee you can always have it all communities.
Yeah.
By presently, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, we incubate
I think this is a community of the illiterate. That made still.
Really?
Yeah, here, read it out loud.
To me it sounds
You read it
Listen.
and try and make it make sense.
To me it sounds like they're describing the United States
Read
and
it.
each sovereign state. This is so funny. As far as guns, we incubate self-governing, uniquely cultured spaces, so no guarantee you can always have it all communities. But presently, yes. Let me read it again.
Yeah, so that makes no sense.
It doesn't make sense to you?
Did that make sense to you as you read it?
No, not as I read it,
Yeah,
but as
that's
I
what I'm
heard it.
saying.
As I heard it.
As you read it, it makes no sense.
It's weird. As far as guns, we incubate self-governing, uniquely cultured spaces, so no guarantee you can always have it all communities. By presently, yes.
What? And then, all right. And
What the fuck?
The next comment says perennial polycultures like the three.
Speak English, bitch.
What?
You're a monster. Why are you making me read all these stupid fucking words?
Perennial polycultures like the Three Sisters, gamifying gig work and using tokenomics.
What the fuck are you saying?
Because, yeah, I've been doing this.
Ooh. Huh?
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 You, read the last comment now.
Okay, here we go. This is probably some like code, right? That's how it is.
Well, that's the thing. It's like Scientology. Like Scientology, whenever you hear them talk about what they believe, they have their own words. And you're like,
This gets
what
better.
are you talking about?
Right. They have their own vernacular.
Yeah, like they're like the diametrics of the
Diametrics. We never heard of that.
or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You know, just some weird word that they made up.
Yeah.
And but they all know it.
Yeah.
So, but when we hear it, we're like, huh? Mm-hmm. That's what this sounds like.
Absolutely.
I know some of those are real words, but like, I don't think they're being used correctly.
Yeah, well, I think perennial is like a flower. Perennial polycultures like the Three Sisters, gamifying gig work, and using tokenomics. Because, yeah, I've been doing this.
Because, yeah, I've been doing this.
Because, yeah, I've been doing this. Yeah.
What? Did you understand that?
Perennial. Okay, this is what I understood. Perennial polycultures like Three Sisters.
What does that mean?
Three Sisters is a polyculture, which means like one of these things, like this big culture with a bunch of small cultures inside. So kind of like the United States is a giant country with a bunch of sovereign states. That's what they're fucking talking about. Like, oh, you want a United States of America inside a United States of America, right?
But with more strict laws?
It depends on what culture you go to. But currently, yes.
But let's be honest, their community is probably like not that big. So it's probably like individual. Like if that's what you want, you can bring your guns.
Oh, right. They only have four members right now, and they live.
Yeah, it's like
Kevin has a gun.
You're Mexican, you can bring a gun, or whatever. Like
you get a machete.
You know, get your shovel, whatever.
Yeah.
You're like
you're gonna need a machete because you're gonna be cutting down bananas.
So these responses make. I mean,
rough.
It
like
definitely
your
makes
font.
it definitely
rough.
Definitely makes it feel still even more like a cult. But you got Wi-Fi, so you figured that out.
But also, cults should sound fun. They should sound fun. Like, you get free sex.
That's like the ideal cult.
Free sex. And you'll learn yoga.
That's like a cult that would attract like a normal person, right?
Right.
But the people who are attracted to cults in general are the people who are like the easily influenced in like they have low self-esteem. You know, it's a specific.
Yeah, they need something.
It's a specific person. Like we'll never be that person, so we don't get it. but I do get that those people exist and that people like this speak to those people.
Yeah.
And they're easily manipulated into being like, come to this camp I'm at. Just get on the train. It is lovely here. And then they'll send it, and then they'll get on the train. Next thing you know, you're in Auschwitz. But those are the people, like, there's always going to be those people, you know?
Toot, toot. Maybe we should join this, actually.
I mean, if it didn't look like if I joined them, I would have to become a farmer and live in a mud hut, then maybe I would. You know, like, have you seen the line? The video for the line, that building in Saudi Arabia they're gonna
Yeah.
I would move there. You know, if there was a cult there and they're like, this is a self-sustaining community, you can come, we got our own laws, but like da I would go check it out.
You had me at you can come.
That looks cool.
Yeah. Well,
But this looks like I'm living in freaking northern Sweden and I pick mushrooms out of dirt every single day, you know?
yeah, you better use your summers working your fucking ass off because it's going to be cold.
Like, I don't want to
This
just
winter.
voluntarily become Amish.
Yeah.
And that's what this looks like.
Hard pass.
But I am interested in keeping track of this cult.
Yeah.
I am interested in kind of looking into this cult and just kind of seeing how it goes for them, seeing if they take my advice and do redo the logo. I don't want to like join you, but I do take the advice. It was good advice. The logo sucks. Well, they might be right, and maybe we're the suckers here.
Maybe.
Because somewhere, maybe it's the end of the world, and these are the better solutions for our end of the world communities.
Maybe the train does go to our dream village.
But there are some strange things happening in the world today. Last week, there was a massive flock of sheep that have been mysteriously walking in a circle for 12 days straight in China. Look at it. Looks ghostly, that night mode. But look, just walking in a circle for 12 days.
What?
Doesn't it look like something's about to just like out of the earth right there?
Yeah.
Like they know they're like worshiping whatever it is under the ground right there.
Yeah, they just react to like spiritual things.
Because think about goats and sheep.
Yeah.
Those are like demons.
Yeah.
Like whatever, like
Imagery.
Yeah.
For sure. And it's a perfect circle too.
And they just keep, for 12 days straight, they're walking in this circle.
And then one day, like next week, they're all going to die at the same time. Whew.
And this happened in China, which makes me think, if the end of the world does happen, a lot of things that happen we think are going to happen in America. Like, what if aliens come? We think they're going to land in America.
They are by the millions over the border.
But in reality, they could land anywhere.
That's true.
So, like, I was thinking about this a long time ago. What if aliens came to Earth and they landed in China and they like met the Chinese and they're like, okay, what do you call this planet? And they say whatever it is in Chinese. And then they go off back to their aliens and they're like, we found a new planet with people on it. It's called whatever Earth is in Chinese. It's not called Earth to the rest of the galaxy.
Oh, yeah.
It's called whatever it is in Chinese.
Yeah. We should probably learn the word.
Yeah. All right, let's look at it. I don't even know I don't know how to read Chinese. I wouldn't even be able to sound it out.
I bet we could.
So like this is happening in China. This is end of the world. You know, if a monster busts out through this circle that they make, some demon, and all the goats like bow down to it or something. You know, who knows?
Whoa.
This is where the end of the world starts. I'll feel a lot better about being in America.
Yeah.
Like, oh, they got the apocalypse going over. It hasn't crossed the ocean yet.
Oh, it hasn't got over here yet. They just got the sheepwalker demon.
Yeah.
Like, Like he just manifests and just starts eating those sheep, and they don't even fight it.
Because that's how it, I mean, the apocalypse is gonna be. It's gonna be at different places at different times. Like once the apocalypse hits, it's gonna start somewhere, and then it's gonna be like everybody in that place is like, it's the apocalypse, you know. But then it hasn't reached the West Coast yet.
Yeah, when I was a kid, we all got spanked by everyone. You know, that's just kind of how it was growing up. And when we did something stupid, the older one would always get spanked, and then the younger one. And I remember hearing him get spanked and how painful it sounded, and how I was anticipating, like knowing that I was next. And this is the vibe, the feeling, the energy I get from shit like this is like when
where's the next place?
Yeah, when
we're gonna have an event.
Yeah, when the fire envelops like half of China.
Yeah, because
of this goat walking.
No, it's spreading.
Yeah, and I'm just like over here, the cousin waiting to be spanked.
Yep.
And it's like fucking no. what is this caption?
You start crying before it even gets.
Yeah. You start crying. You start like devising tactics to escape the inevitable. Yeah. You're still gonna get it. You just hope it's not as hard as it was.
Let's see if they've.
What does it say there?
Solved this.
It
doesn't say any information.
With,
there's no reason for it. Let's see if someone else has figured it out. Scientist says there is a possible explanation for the bizarre phenomenon involving a huge flock of sheep.
The devil is on Earth.
It looks like the sheep in the pen for long periods, and this might lead to stereotypical behavior.
You know how sheep are.
With the repeated circling due to frustration about being in the pen. So they're saying that they were just restless. Like they're tired of being locked up, so they're like, we're going to walk in a circle. If we can't walk anywhere for long distances, we're just going to walk in a circle.
It's like my grandfather used to say, you know how sheep get bored and they walk in a perfect circle?
Yeah. You know how this has never happened to sheep locked in a pen? That must be it. They must just have gotten bored.
They get bored, so they do the most repetitive thing for 12 days straight.
The owner of the sheep farm, identified as Miss Meow, claimed that the spooky sheep round lay, okay, you made that word up, began with just a few animals before the rest of the flock joined in. Maybe this is just an example of what it means to be a sheep. They saw one sheep doing it, and then everybody joins in, and now there's just a bunch of sheep walking in a circle. And it's just like, this is just like God showing us what society is like today.
Yeah.
You're a bunch of sheep, and you see one sheep doing something, you're like, hey, what's that? Let's go look.
Yeah.
And then you join in, and now you're just walking in a circle, getting nowhere. That's the deeper meaning here. It definitely gives me like either end of the world or alien vibe.
Yeah, I'm definitely not I'm not pacified by this scientist's
that's not
observation.
Not a good enough explanation for me.
It says it's solved. Like, hey guys, hey, look over here.
We figured it out.
We figured it out.
They're restless.
They're bored. Can you imagine if they had a press conference and they'd be like, first question. And then the reporter's like, what province was this in? And they're like, okay, next question.
Yeah.
Like no one wants to say Wuhan. Like all these experiments are happening. Like fucking animal experiments. Like
we don't know why they're acting this way.
The truth is they gave them the same antibiotics in their food as they give us, which is why they want everybody to just blindly follow. Yeah.
That's the conspiracy.
Hey, allegedly. Allegedly.
Our food is poison.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's move on to our last subject today, which is a birthday. The
Happy
leader
birthday.
of our great nation has turned 80 years old.
Yay!
And he is our oldest sitting president in history.
In fucking history.
Because in history, they weren't dumb enough to elect the oldest guy in history.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
How old?
80 years old.
Damn. Too bad that
And
there's
he-
not a Club 80.
An 80s club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there is, but it's
Yeah,
different.
yeah.
That's different.
I would have guessed that he was older than 80.
Yeah. I thought he was mid 80s.
Yeah.
And the way he talks, I thought he was dead.
The way he talks, I was like, he's not making it to 100.
No. It's almost at this point.
Do you think he's gonna like? All right, let's say he goes to 2024, right? Whether
Okay.
he runs or not, let's not guess.
Sure.
But
They prop him up and
after
run him.
2024, let's say he completes the term, he lives through the term.
Okay. And he gets
How long
reelected.
do we got after that? If we're being honest, I mean,
Oh,
we've seen the decline, and like it gets exponential at a certain point.
yeah.
So like whether he runs for president again or not, which I don't think he can.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be honest, 84, and this is the condition he's in at 80. No, thank you. But let's just say he makes it through the term. What do we got?
Oh, minutes.
Yeah.
Minutes.
Yeah.
Every second is dire and important.
Do you think that the Democrats are constantly just like, how's Biden doing today? How's his health?
No.
Or do you think
I
that?
mean, yeah, they are. For sure they
Yeah.
are. 100%. But also no. Like I think they probably knew going into this what they were getting. Maybe they didn't know how far along.
They knew that it's towards the end.
Oh yeah, like they picked him for a reason, you know?
Have you seen the Biden clone videos?
Yeah,
Those are so convincing.
I know.
I just need to see one picture side by
Yeah.
side with the earlobes, and I'm like, that's not
Boom.
that's not the same guy.
Boom. I fucking knew it.
That's his that's his twin brother. Senile old real Biden is somewhere else.
Yeah, he is.
He totally looks like Jeff Dunham's puppet.
100%.
I can't not
Walter.
I can't not see it whenever I look at
Yeah, look at him. Look at that fucking downward,
Yeah.
that downturned face. If you take his hand down, it looks like you took his ice cream cone away from him.
I don't even know how to make that face. Like that's not it's like a frown, but it's like a I'm proud frown. You know what I mean? Like
Gosh darn it, I'm American.
I think I got it.
Yeah, but like I said, you take that hand down, and he looks sad.
That is uncomfortable.
He looks like he's pouting. Take the hand away for a second. Like, put your hand up.
Yeah, no, for sure.
He took my ice cream.
It takes more muscles to frown. It takes more muscles to do this than to be like, America. But the smile would be more unifying, I feel like.
Yeah.
Like, America.
Yeah.
Instead of, let's get out there.
Like, if you don't have any fucking lips at all, don't bring attention to that, you know? Also, do a neutral face. Do a neutral face. I'm fucking
That's such
a nothing, like a
yeah. Not like a face that says I'm 80. I just turned 80.
I have to show this country I'm proud.
Like you can't do a get off my lawn face.
Yeah.
Get off my lawn.
Never pull out.
Soldier. Like try talking with that face. Soldier. You gotta hold the proud to be an American.
I'm the best
Soldier.
damn president from Scranton, Pennsylvania there ever has been.
USA. It's hard.
Fuck. His job is pretty hard. I should cut him some slack.
Now my face hurts.
I know. It does take more muscles.
That's what I'm saying. That's painful. Just to even make that face it's not natural.
I should do it more often and get stronger.
Well, happy birthday, Biden. Congratulations for making it to 80.
Yeah, happy birthday, Biden's clone. Happy 5th birthday.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see what 2024 looks like.
Yeah.
Good luck. Do you think he's going to run?
Yeah, I do.
Hey,
I don't know.
for the love of God,
Please run.
don't
Please
run.
run.
For all that's like, for please, no. Like, if he runs,
At this point, I think America would elect Hunter Biden.
I would elect Hunter Biden over Joe Biden at this point.
Yeah, bigger dick, a lot more fun.
Yeah.
This week's apology goes out to the Saba Cult Collective, and I would like to apologize for calling you a cult, even in this introduction to the apology. Sorry for calling you a cult. The truth is your farming practices, especially your sheep, scare the shit out of me, and I don't want to get caught up in whatever you're trying to control or summon to the earth. I really feel sorry for you guys because you have to harvest potatoes from the ground with your fingers, and you're dirty and smelly. I can't even imagine the pube situation there. Nothing to really trim with, and when you die, you don't even get to go to heaven, and that makes me sad. And so this week's apology goes to you.